Hey guys, welcome back for another shoutcast. This is yet another game on my favorite map, Wilderness. Love this map. Great team games going on here. This is kind of a funny game. It was played a few months ago. Actually more like several months ago on 5503. And right now my cursor is flickering, and I'm not sure why. I hope it doesn't do that in the produced video, but if it is, bear with it. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. And also I think I'm gonna disable the clock up here. I think I'm gonna hide it with a watermark. That way kind of just to hide how long the game has left, so it kind of makes for a more surprising ending. In case you're watching this for entertainment and not learning purposes. We'll see if I do that. Obviously, I don't have a watermark on it right now because I'm recording. And in the future, just try to avoid the length of the YouTube video if you really want a surprise. Of course, I changed the speed up here so that kind of, like the actual game playback speed. So the YouTube video will just give you an idea how long it is. But if you avoid looking at the length, it can really make for a surprise. Because, you know, if there's 5 minutes left in the video and someone's getting attacked heavily, you're going to assume that there's no chance of a comeback. So you kind of already know who won. But anyway, with all that underway, I'll go ahead and introduce the players. This is myself playing with my usual green color. Playing on location 1. Very, very nice location. The resources are all very close. And I'm gonna try a build similar to something I saw Mulberry do. Just to disclaim it right now, I saw him lay out his base in this fashion, and it's not a clone, obviously. I put my own touch to it. But I really like the way I lay out my base, and I'll explain to you later on why I like it after it gets to that point. My ally playing on location 4. The tricky location, the black sheep of Wilderness, if you will. Nobody likes location 4, it seems. Well, most people don't like playing this location just because of the extreme amount of... Man, I can't talk right now. My English is failing me. Talking to foreigners on TeamSpeak too much. The gold is very far away, no matter which way you go. It's a bit closer down here, of course, but the coal is all the way up here, so really, it's almost better to go at the top, even though it's a bit further, since you'll be going to your coal anyway. And I'm going to turn the game sound down, because I feel like I'm screaming here, trying to compete with the volume. But anyway, I'm sure I've explained this before in my previous video on Wilderness. I think I've done at least one other shoutcast on Wilderness, and I was playing Location 4 at that time. Interesting to see here, there's not enough space to put a building here for Koczis. Already see some wasted space, but maybe he's just using this for forestry, so it's not too bad. Making a farm quickly on location 4. Some people just prefer to get iron earlier, since, well, the iron is very close, obviously, on this location. Alright, and the opponents. This is Weekend playing location 3. Most people's favorite location. If not for these trees right here, I would say it would be my favorite, but these trees here are just annoying. They're in the way of the city, and it's kind of hard to get a woodcutter here to cut most of them out. If you put it, see where he's putting his farm, some players will put their woodcutter there, and it'll cut almost all these trees out right away. But that's quite a bit far. If this is your first woodcutter, obviously you want it close to your storehouse so you can get your sawmill built as quickly as possible. If you build it all the way in the middle of this forest, it's going to be much slower. And this is why Weekend elected to put the woodcutter here right away. But there really are just too many trees in this location. It can be annoying for building. Usually I cut 2 or 3 trees with wine fields, using the wide field trick to make some building space. I don't see a Weekend doing any of that just yet. Inn with no space in between it and the farm, which can be very risky. But with the trees getting in the way, the only other real weakness of this location is the gold in the north. It's kind of out of the way. If you put your metallurgist up here, you're going to have a lot of traffic as your serfs try to go get coal from up here and gold. Obviously, you have coal to the distance down here. It's pretty far away. But the way Weekend's building, he'll be close by. I don't think I agree with putting these farms here just because it's going to get really far in the way of his iron production. I don't know what he's going to do with this space over here. Maybe put pig farms. But normally I at least put my farms below my storehouse here just to save room for weapon production over underneath the iron here. And finally, Bence. Yes, Bence. Yes, you know it's an old game when you see Bence playing. He is playing location 2. Personally, it's my least favorite location on the map just because everything is so strange here. Stone is far away, gold quite close with quick coal, but iron is awkward as you have to go around this mountain. And you have to go a really long way to defend this area against location 4. If you have soldiers right here, it takes longer for them to reach this side of your base to this side than it takes for location 4 to send some militia up through here. Unless you put your coal mines placed very strategically, your army's going to have a hard time marching through your city. Obviously that's going to cause traffic, loss of production. So this right here actually gives a big bonus to location 4 just because he's able to put troops up through here very nicely, and especially if location 4 is producing militia, which are very nice for running through bases and causing havoc. Location 4 makes militia, and with all the local space here, he can easily put down 10 woodcutters, you know, just spam militia through here. But then again, militia costs a lot of gold, and we all know that gold is not so nice on this location. But anyway, with that weakness in mind, location 2 overall, though, is without those in the way, it can be a nice location, I suppose. Lots of trees, really, lots of trees. Lots of space for farms and stuff. 4 iron mines, all really close to each other. I think 4, I thought it was 5. Yeah, there it is, 5 iron mines. You really don't need 5 iron mines, but possibility to do so if you want to go maybe 40 to 50 swords. And very little leather, but I've never seen anyone do such a thing. On this map, anyway. And I think my game is lagging because on times 10 speed, I'm still only at 25 minutes. Yeah, I think it's only maybe 5 times speed, which is strange. I'm not sure why my computers are running so slow. Normally at this time I'm starting to talk about what players' strategies are, but at this point it's, I mean after I'm done blabbing about the map and stuff, usually it's time for me to talk about strategies, but I don't see a whole lot of that going on, so I'll try to entertain you for another 30 minutes. Bence is having his classic gold problems. Low on serfs, you really should have more serfs at this point, because look, I mean, he's got 1 gold mine not working, both his farms are, and they're not working really well because they're full. Or this one was full a moment ago, his swine farm just now getting worked on. Iron is a little late. Nah, it'll be on time. You're producing iron weapons before 30 minutes, then it's okay. It can be nice. But this iron mine is not working. You never want your iron mines to stop. Your iron mines stop, your iron production will suffer. So if you're wondering how to get if your player is struggling to get his 30 sword fighters in 60 minutes, for example, try to just get enough serfs so you get your iron mines so they never stop. Since an iron mine works slower than an iron smithy, you really need to make sure they don't stop working. So if I haven't said it enough times already in the past minute, keep your iron mines working. It's very important. And just to judge, serf count, 40 is okay for location 448. See, that's more along where you want to be. Weekend 38. That's not enough for sure. Yeah, you can see he's got some. Maybe not. No, little trunks in there. But overall, things are working quite nicely for weekend, even with so few serfs. Really important to keep your serfs going. I always say don't let your school rest until you have at least 74 serfs, and maybe depending on your location. Because even if you have serfs idling, unless it's really bad and your food problems are really bad, like you have maybe 20 serfs standing around doing nothing and you're just worried about food, then you can slow your school down, but that'll probably only ever happen on like slower maps like Golden Cliffs or Shadow Realm. But overall, you never want to get behind on serfs, and eventually, once you start your weapon production, like your barracks goes up, your serfs are really gonna fall behind if you don't have a bunch of them idle for a while. See, I have a building now working here. I'm probably going to, yep, there it is. I'm putting weapons in the barracks because, or the storehouse, because my barracks is just not getting done fast enough. Oh, my bad. Okay. Rewind back to the first few minutes of the shoutcast. Maybe I should just start over. Nah, don't look at that. I don't want to do that. This is not the game I was talking about, where I gave a layout similar to an idea Willy gave me. But I can still explain it to you, why I decided to start building like that. You see here, where my farms are in the north, my entire city is kind of built up here, and there's really nothing going on right here, just kind of wasted space. My barracks is on the right side of my base, close to Koczis, so I can send soldiers over to him easier and faster, but I can't defend myself from location 3. And that's a huge problem. I can maybe go up through here, but it really puts Weekend in a good position to put archers up here, and really just prevent me from getting through here. And then he can wreak havoc on here and just hang out right here with some archers and pick my farmers off and really slow me down. And, you know, if he puts an army right here, there's nothing I can do. I have no area to position my soldiers. I'd have to delete a lot of buildings to get a fortification here. The new build I put on this location, similar to an idea Willy gave me, is to put the barracks in the top and the farms down here. You'll have a little less space for farms, but this will enable you to be able to defend yourself with this space left empty. Maybe a tree or woodcutter or two, and maybe one farm. But just trying to keep this space up here open. That way, you can put soldiers here and defend yourself. However, you will probably be better off defending right here. If you put some bowmen here and soldiers at this position, it'll be harder for your opponent to creep down through here. Whenever you're defending, try to put yourself in a position where you can have your ranged behind your melee, all attacking at the same time, whereas your opponent, you're putting him in a position where he can't really have his melee and range in the same spot, you know. Because, for example, here you put your melee here, but then your ranged are up here. And if you move down through these bushes here, your melee are now engaged at this struggle next to this iron, but the range don't really have position to take. So if your enemy has mass bowmen, he can't really put them in the position, and they won't all be shooting. It'll put you in a much nicer position to win, even at with inferior numbers. Hard to explain. Maybe I'll show you a picture sometime, because I'm doing a lame job, but hopefully maybe if you can see my cursor moving around with it flickering like that, I'm wondering if it won't even show up in the produced video, but hopefully you can see what I'm talking about with my cursor movements. Anyway, look at how players are doing. Koczis looking like some militia. Tannery not working, trying to get those units produced, or his army workshop, so we can get that tannery working. Just now getting his weaponsmithy done, so he won't have 30 sword fighters for sure. But 20 sword fighters and 30 bowmen is a nice army on this location. Let's see, 8 woodcutters already, so his wood will be nice. Let's see, does he have 3 metallurgists yet? Nope, not yet. Maybe not needed. Whoa, yeah, lots of timber and lots of stones in the storehouse. Holy. That's why you don't need 5 quarries. A lot of players say it's nice on this location to store stones in the storehouse, so it's a shorter distance. Say your serfs are up here gathering things, or building roads. And they want to store stones in their storehouse to collect them. Alright, so it's a shorter distance, so when they're up here working by this coal, they just go to the storehouse instead of all the way over to the stone. Yes, that would be nice. In a perfect world, it would work like that. However, serfs have a higher priority to take wares out of for buildings rather than the storehouse. So as long as there's stones still piled up in your quarries, they'll still go over here to pick up the stones instead of the storehouse. I wish there was a happy medium there, but overall, it really shows no significant boost if you're storing your stones in the storehouse. However, storing stones is nice if you want to skip out on a 5th quarry. If you store stones early on, when you have built 4 quarries right away, right? And 4 quarries is way more than you need at the beginning of the game. But if you store stones, you won't need to build a 5th quarry since those extra stones would be in your storehouse. And then, if Koczis hadn't built a 5th quarry, his stone production would probably be better since his serfs would be pulling more stones from the storehouse instead of these quarries. Something to keep in mind. There's that 3rd metallurgist, really needed on this location, especially if you're making militia, which looks like Koczis is. Yeah, only 8 swords at 52 minutes, you know, there's problems on this location. See how Bence is doing, see if he's having still gold problems. Yeah, looks like it. Nothing getting done. How many serfs? 65. Well, that's not too bad. But, I mean, really need to start making recruits at this point. So yeah, it is not nice. Needs about 10 more serfs, but he's trying to make recruits. And look, miners, and just nothing's getting done. He's gonna have recruit. Oh, maybe not. He's already got 36 recruits. And yeah, he won't need, he looks like he has weapon problems over recruit problems. See, nothing really looks like it's working here. Empty. Lazy building here, lazy building here, lazy here. Some problems in this base, but we'll see how the army turns out. Looks like it's not going to be very good. Weekend, of course, doing a nice job on location 3. Looks like he'll have 30-30. Maybe a little shy of that, depending on how his production ends up being. Nice lazy farm, or nice farm over here. Efficient farms, I always say. A farm with no fields. There it is. Yeah, it is just built, I'm sure. Some grapes in the north. Always nice supplemental to your sausages. Only 3 piggies, but he can add another one in maybe after this farm is done working. But he elects to make a mill instead. Nice idea on wilderness to make a baker since you don't have fish. Nice build though. I was sketchy about the fields in the middle of the base, but he really did a good job fitting everything in. Seems strange, butcher by the coal, taking sausages all the way across the base, but hey. Looks like he has a pretty nice army. You know, he's got a lot of militia here, along with some bows and swords. Almost 30-30, and with a bunch of militia extra. It's a nice army to attack right after peacetime, for sure. Myself, 30-30, a couple of militia, a night scout. You gotta keep an eye on the clock, as it's almost 60 minutes. I'm just thinking, if I put that black watermark over the timer and did not show you the time, I don't know. I'll think. It's just that you won't. Never mind. Never mind. What I said right there is invalid. Forget about what I just said. I need to maybe take a nap or something. My brain's not working. But anyway, let's look at the armies. We already basically know what they all wear since I just went through them. But here we go. 32, 30, or 28. Almost. Basically 30-30. A couple of extra swords really doesn't make a big difference. And a couple less bows really doesn't make a big difference either. Koczis, short on recruits, I can tell right away. 20, ooh, nice job, Koczis. 20 militia, 20 bowmen, and 24 sword fighters. Wow, he almost did get 30 swords. There it is, the late 2nd weaponsmithy, so I forgot Koczis does this. You know, build weaponsmithies really late, but then make 2 of them, so they'll catch up real fast with your armor smoothies. But let's see, 240, 64 recruits needed, so he's short about 10 militia. Not a big deal. Bence's army worse than Koczis'. Whoa. Yeah, we have some problems in this base. His leather is a bit better, obviously, but not a better peacetime army than Koczis, and this is really why I say location 2 is not much better than 4, and this shows why. And then Weekend again, his army about the same thing as Koczis, except 10 more bowmen, actually 20 more bowmen almost. So you know, it's nice army from Weekend. Alright, and we're off. Keep it on ×10 while the armies leave the base. See right here, Weekend were to attack me right away, there'd be nothing I can do to defend myself. He'd destroy my base for sure. Which is why I'm very vulnerable right now. Show fog to see what players are doing with exploring. Bence's got some laser militia. Let's see. Koczis doing a nice job. Something to keep in mind when you're doing your exploring. If you can get one whole parallel or lateral of the map explored, then your parallel or peripheral vision should be able to catch movement on the mini-map. So, you know, if Koczis explores all the way to the top, there's no way Weekend can move units over to Bence's base without us knowing, because we'll see it happen on the mini-map. So anytime you're exploring, try to just get an entire parallel, which is vertical on the map, or lateral, which is horizontal on the map. If you can get those explored, then you already have done a nice job exploring. Instead of exploring maybe in circles, you know, around your base, like you would in maybe other games. In Knights and Merchants, you really want to explore those parallels and laterals just to watch troop movement, as it's really important to watch your enemy's position on the map in this game. Let's keep an eye on this knight. A little surprise for you here. Something special, really. As there's not a whole lot of troop movement going on right now. And just see what this little mischievous knight scout is up to. Just taking in the sights at the moment, I guess. Let's see, here is some movement going on down here. I see it on the minimap. Really bad position right here. Weekend should catch me right here, because he had his bows right here, and then it would be a disaster for me. But Weekend moving his army north, probably not happy about this knight here. Really getting close to getting caught here. Avoid those serfs. And get caught on a serf, the knights will quickly catch up to me and kill me. Poke back over here, watch the position. Bence really wants to keep Koczis out of here. Oh no, he did get towers up over here, so that's nice. No stones in them, but still. Will prevent Koczis from just sending a few militia in through here to attack. Let's see, my Knight Scout here again. Little dodge here. Avoiding these knights. And then I send him up here to hide, because I'm figuring that Weekend has not explored this, and I'm right. But he'll probably look over here and say, okay, I know where he is. He's up in this wilderness. Get it, wilderness. Haha, funny joke. Here he is hiding, and here comes Weekend's Knights. And here they are. 2 versus 1 Knight battle. Some struggling going on over here. And there it is. I just missed it. The Knight killed 2 Knights by himself. Hero, right here. This guy already won his Medal of Honor. Or Medal of Bravery. Taking out an army twice his size. Which is, in itself, maybe not such a big deal, but watch this. Watch this. This is great. This is great. It makes me laugh to this day. One of those what the hell moments. Like, really, what's going on? This knight should be dead. It's come back from the dead to haunt you. And there it is. The net ended up being 1 knight for 1 knight kills 2 knights and 13 bowmen. A nice trade, I'd say. Funny moment in camp. And here it is, some militia going up through here to attack Bence from the rear. This is how you want to build your coal mines here. So it just has straight paths. So you know, if you have your coal mines here all combogulated, your units would have to walk around them all. But Bence has a nice straight path through here, so he can move his army through here much faster, which is important. Do we have exploration up in here? Not really. So we can't see if he has bowmen up here. But I still send some soldiers over, which is maybe not a good idea. Because, maybe it's really not needed. Although if I send soldiers here, it's okay if Bence pulls some soldiers over. But if Bence and Weekend attack, then it's, I just made our armies over here weaker. Looks like Night Scout, or Dancer, was just killed by a tower. Got too close there. This is really difficult position for Weekend to attack though, because again, hard to get a position here. Still having soldiers here, just keeping a pressure on this front. Ready to march in there at a moment's notice. And here it is, an engagement. Our units are really not where they need to be. But the extra range over here, and a good position of range, maybe a little not shooting at the moment, able to eliminate Weekend's army. Bence beat Koczis over here, but these few melee might actually be able to do a good job with all these range in so many different directions. And no, they just get surrounded. Now, I forgot to show why exactly we attacked right there. Weekend moved an army down here, and I told Koczis, now is the time to attack. We have to attack them right now, because if we don't, Weekend will just run through my base. And I have lots of towers here, which would have killed a few, but Weekend would have lost a lot of his army, and since he was weaker over here, we'd be able to come through here and attack him in return. And the ending result probably would have been better if Weekend would have marched through here. But he doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, he doesn't know if I have troops over there anyway, so. So at this moment, looking Actually, about tied because Weekend still has a large amount of troops. But we did eliminate most of Bence's army. Some crap storm coming through. Not very good units. We're killing off Bence's economy, but really not in a nice position here. Strength-wise. Especially you see Bence's here ready to sweep in through here. The tower's position is kind of awkward. Maybe it would have been better to put a tower here or something. I don't know. Tricky spot to put towers. But this tower is not defending anything. No, it is defending the barracks. So. But anyway, here we go. An engagement here. Bence could just march through here, but I guess instead decides to march forward. Probably gonna catch this and yeah, just massacre it. And here we are, push through here, trying to kill off as much as we can before we in turn get eliminated. And then down here, another fight. There's so much going on right now. Looks like Bence is gonna win this battle, but his melee are divided because of this knight. Koczis wins down here. This melee is sorely needed up here to protect my range. And I'm gonna lose some. And here we are, we have lost up here. Koczis will lose the remnants of his ranged units. Koczis, I really need your melee. And here, this right here will help turn the tide of the battle. Alright, now the game still looks tied at the moment. Their armies are better, but we did damage their economy a little bit. Maybe not enough to make a big difference or difference at all. But this will be a nice catch here. As he has no range to defend himself. Or to attack with. Now the idea here is we need to eliminate Bence's army before he can combine with Weekend, because together they'll definitely be stronger than Koczis and I. And here's where Wilderness is great. You see a lot of this teamwork. Koczis and I are both weaker than Weekend and Bence maybe, but... Well, maybe not Bence, but Weekend definitely being the monstrous giant on 3, but... not helping at all. These units here are kind of worthless if they're not in the fight. And here it is, the rest of Bence's army is gone. Koczis' army is gone also, but... now it's just one-on-one, me versus Weekend with a little bit of Koczis. Instead of a 2 versus 2 first situation, which Koczis and I wanted to avoid. And especially with Koczis' barracks being closer than Bence's, that he can put reinforcements here to help eliminate this army here. Let's see. I can send some bowmen. Need to switch over to axe fighters by now, probably. As we really need more melee in this late game situation. Speed the game back up. More Bence's troops. Now here I don't understand. Why did they stop? Why not come together and sandwich us? At this point we decide, hey, we need to stay away from this battle. But here it is again. Weekend not helping Bence out. So Koczis and I are able to pick off Bence's army. He retreats. Reinforcements. And then, here it is again. Bence push back. Weekend, or Koczis and I push together Weekend's army. Now the 2 versus 1 situation. Looks like Weekend's focusing on his base. There it is. Bence Weekend needs you on the front. This Knight's getting too many shots in. Yeah, it's gonna die. And another Knight gone. Weekend's a little unlucky with his Knights today. And here we are, with Bence pushing down. Again, we need to eliminate one player before they unite. Come on, Ben, run up there and kill some Knight bowmen. Ooh, nasty catch. Nasty catch. Ooh, really bad. For weekend anyway, because now here my Knight can go through. That's why you don't want your melee in one group. Now his range are being picked off. He maybe thought that these towers had stones, but I remembered that Bence, or I had kept an eye on them. I knew Bence had no stones in them, so. Here it is, Bence again, trying to get to weekend, but their armies are just too separated to help each other out. So again, we enter Bence's base. Enough ranged here to pick Bence off, although I guess I don't know what I'm doing with these ranged here. Alright, now the game definitely in Koczis is in my favor, as we start picking off Bence again inside of his economy. Already not a man, everything's backed up, nothing's working, these aren't working, these aren't working, these aren't working. And only 5 farms. Not good at all. This iron mine not working, but he's got 4 iron mines, not such a big deal. But here it is, Bence going down. Weekend has some troops, but again, not helping Bence out. I don't know what these soldiers here are doing, what their purpose is, as we're definitely not going to attack Weekend anytime soon. And there it is, GG. Maybe called a little too soon, but with so many losses, maybe by that time they just realized, hey, Weekend says I can't fight this 2 versus 1 anymore, and but really, it just shows a great game of. I feel like I'm tooting my own horn or bragging a little too much, but shows how important it is. You know, if Weekend and Koczis and I both had very weak armies and compared to Weekend the whole game, but Weekend just couldn't fight us both off by himself the entire time. And same thing with Bence. A lot of these are militia, and Weekend's army is very high quality. And Bence equipping just about as much as me, and I made quite a bit of militia too. So it just shows, right here you see the teamwork together. Koczis and I did a nice job, even with a lot of militia getting almost equal kills. And Weekend not really doing, not able to get enough kills in. Shows teamwork very nice on this map. Army graph. Location 4 being the only one with practical fishing on this map. Okay. Hope the video didn't take too long. Hope my rambling didn't annoy you. And see you back next time for another shoutcast.